India, overtaking its former colonial master Britain, is now the fifth largest economy in the world. What does a growing economic might signify? Well, more money means more power and more control, resulting in more leverage on the global stage. To state, India's might is increasing on the global stage, and we are a witness to New Delhi's protocols taking a drastic shift when it comes to dealing with the world. Namaste, welcome to TFI English, the national socio-political analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I'm your host Apurva, and if you're watching us on Facebook, give our page a like. And if you're watching us on YouTube, like the video and subscribe to the channel. Coming back to the story in this video, let's understand how India's growing economy is influencing India's foreign policy. So let's begin. While speaking at the release of the Gujarati translation of his book The India Way, Strategies for an Uncertain World, External Affairs Minister spoke as a politician, ripping into the opposition and its policies. Jaishankar, without naming Congress, mentioned how the grand old party kept India away from growth and realizing its potential. Western policymakers think that once a colony of the English, India should behave in a particular way and must focus on its own growth with bowed down head. India, on the contrary, believes in poking the West in its eye, courtesy Jaishankar's diplomacy. External Affairs Minister Dr. Jaishankar, during the book launch in his speech, stated that the idea that India should not interfere in emerging problems of the world is a dogma of Indian foreign policy which should change. External Affairs Minister Dr. Jaishankar connected India's ability to interfere in the global issues with India's growing economic might. Jaishankar said at the event, and I read in quotes, "If some problem arises in the world, we should not interfere in it. This too is a sort of a dogma. Maybe in 1950 or 60s, we did not have the capability. We had our own interests, but now just a few days back, we have reached number 5 in the world in economy. The thinking of an entity which is at number 20 and the one who is at number 5 cannot be the same." Jaishankar, giving reference from his book, elaborated New Delhi's foreign policy as he said, "It is time for India to engage America, manage China, cultivate Europe, reassure Russia, bring Japan into play, draw neighbors in, extend the traditional constituencies of support." He further added that as the world is changing, we need to change. Old prejudices will not work. India's demographic makeup has undergone a significant change since it gained independence. Census data from 1951 shows that it saw population explosion and also fall in the overall fertility rate. India's total fertility rate, that means TFR, dropped to 2 children per woman in 2021, which is below the replacement threshold of fertility, that is 2.1. It is anticipated that India will be a home to 150 crore citizens by 2030 and 166 crores by 2050. According to the UN World Population Prospects 2022, India will surpass China as the most populous nation by 2023 with a population of 140 crores. Presently, 17.5% of the world's population lives in India. Discussing about India's population, Jaishankar said that the rate of growth of Indian population is falling. The reason is education, social awareness, and prosperity. The family size among each one of us with the passage of time is small. Forced population control can have very dangerous consequences. It can create a gender imbalance, he added. Mr. Jaishankar also emphasized on how Prime Minister Narendra Modi has changed India's autonomous foreign policy. Dr. Jaishankar credited PM Narendra Modi for challenging the dogma that India should not interfere in global matters. He cited how PM Modi, for the first time in 2014, took oath by inviting the heads of various neighboring countries. Jaishankar also mentioned India-Israel relations after the advent of PM Modi. Citing India's growing ties with Israel, Jaishankar said, "Gone are the days when vote bank politics dominated the foreign policies, and India's stand on Israel is evidence of that." Dr. Jaishankar hinted how the previous governments never furthered India's ties with Israel due to vote bank politics. He credited PM Modi for shredding the dogma and allowing India to benefit from India's ties with different nations. And this is how he ripped into the opposition for hampering India's growth.